While playing the newest update for Onward, I realised Onward was the very first-person shooter I played on PCVR, and revisiting it today got me thinking, what are my favourite online first-person shooters? Because aside from horror, first-person shooters fit VR perfectly. Now I know this video might cause some friction, but I'm going to do my best to explain why I feel whatever game is number one deserves to be there. And to be clear, there is tons of VR first-person shooters available, but these games I'm featuring today are the best of the best for me. At number 10 we have Hyperdash. Now Hyperdash is one I admit I haven't played for a very long time, but I remember it feeling amazing to play, and it definitely fills the gap of being the Overwatch style game in VR. You're rarely on your feet and you use rail systems to get around the maps, which feels absolutely brilliant by the way. It's like Jet Set Radio with guns. And right now it's completely free, and it's from the developers of Breaches, so if you haven't played it, definitely go and download it right now. And number 9 is Vail. It's hard to see why Vail isn't gaining much ground online. Technically, it does everything right and has every game mode I kind of want in VR. One in the chamber, snipers with knives, and more. The levels look great and the guns feel good too. I definitely find myself dipping in from time to time, but for some reason, this game is not at the forefront of my mind when I put a headset on to play online. I really do hope that changes with some sort of features or updates in the future, because I do feel Vail still has a lot to offer. In at number 8 we have Zero Calibur. Now Zero Calibur come along at a time in VR when there wasn't many first-person shooters delivering that Call of Duty style mission gameplay which every VR gamer wanted. And I remember back in the day it was a fantastic experience, especially when you squadded up with friends online. It's now got a lot more features, but I definitely feel it's been a little shown up by what else we have on offer, especially the newer titles. Now the developers have already announced there is a sequel in the works, and I do feel they've had a lot of time to work out what works and what doesn't in a first-person shooter, and since Zero Calibur came out originally in 2018, I'm pretty excited to see what they come out with. At number 7 we have Onward. Once upon a time this was the premium first person shooter, especially in terms of VR esports, and it still has lots of teams battling it out right now online. It also has amazingly realistic gun mechanics, but things definitely took a turn for the worst when the developers decided to downgrade the PC version to fit in with the Quest version at launch. Now I feel they've done their best since to make it look a lot better, and it's still a fantastic and serious shooter that demands real teamwork and communication to win. I love the maps, and some of my best VR memories are in Onward, and the new Mercenaries mode is actually really cool, and I'll probably drop a video on this shortly.
Second enemy contact, south wall! My tablet's frying out, anyone else?
Contact left. Yeah, I'm watching the backside now. Going up.
We can disable it manually or we can blow it up.
I'm after rock iron sights.
Ah, damn, I'm hit. I'm coming.
Contact! Low. Got him.
In at number 6 we have Population 1. To be fair, I have struggled recently to get back into Pop 1 since the release of Contractors Showdown, but it definitely deserves to be on the list. It was the very first and best Battle Royale game in VR that really did everything right. Interesting characters, a simple but still manual reload system, an interesting map, lots of seasonal updates, and great weapons with lots of customization. The first time you step into a pod and launch up in the sky across the map is pretty timeless, and the flying mechanic is really cool. I really hope to find a reason to drop back into this very soon. At number 5 we have the original Contractors. Now this game really does have so much to offer, and it's given me some of the best first person online experiences with amazing mods like Call of Duty level unrivaled, such as Terminal for example, Call of Duty Zombies with all the zombie mechanics you know and love, and Star Wars Battlefront maps, and even Halo, which has the same physics as the actual game. Unfortunately, it was always the mods that called me back into Contractors and not the actual game, and that means it's kind of fell by the wayside for me. And number 4 is Breaches, which really delivers that Rainbow Six VR experience we've all been wanting. The very first time I jumped through a window and got my first kill, I knew the developers were onto a winner, and the developers have been constantly adding new features and especially the all-important leveling to keep players hooked.
This is Breachers Competitive. Will you become global champion? Cheers, and see you in the game.
In at number 3 is Ghost of Tabor. I've never seen a game get this many dedicated YouTube channels purely making content for one game, but it is for good reason. The risk for reward in this game is such a rush, and the poker style game you play with strangers regarding like helping others out, swapping gear, teaming up, and betrayals make this completely unmissable. Everyone should play Ghost of Tabor, and these developers have no off button. More updates are on the way, and the still for the game is going from strength to strength as time goes by. At number 2 we have Pavlov, which is probably one of the oldest games on this list, but I still find myself coming back to it due to the excellent mods on PC, but it's really the core gameplay that keeps me coming back, such as Prop Hunt, The Hide, TTT, Gun Game and One in the Chamber. And the developers are dropping new and beautiful levels, and this game simply just keeps me coming back time after time. Pavlov really has stood the test of time, more so than probably any other game on this list, and the recent release on PSVR2 makes this an essential shooter for me in VR. And now that leads us to my absolute favourite first-person shooter right now, and that's Contractors Showdown. No other game in VR so far has wowed me so much. I'm a big fan of Warzone in Call of Duty, and Caveman Studios have really nailed it in so many ways. With 60 players online, amazing guns and tons of customizations, some of which make me want to spend actual money for these loadouts, and it easily has that one more go energy. Loading up with a random is great, but if you get a team that knows exactly what they're doing, it's easily one of the best VR first-person shooters right now you can play in virtual reality. Now obviously let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'm sure some of you have got something to say about this, but hopefully some of you will discover some new first-person shooter games to play because of this list. Thank you for watching, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.